The PS1 has so many damn good games, and after my list that I did the other day for the PS1 games that I think are absolutely awesome, I'm going to continue to do more lists with random games on them. Some of them you may well know and may well be well-known games on the PlayStation 1, and some of them you may not know. But I'm going to start it off here with the awesome Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. This game came out in the year 2000. And I owned this one as a kid and I absolutely love it. It is an action game, hack and slash. You can play up to 2 players, couch co-op, and you can choose to play as either Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Mace Windu with a blue lightsaber. Bit wrong, should be a purple one, but never mind. And also Plo Koon, who obviously I'm playing as here. And the game, yeah, you can use different combos and attacks, and you can deflect blaster bolts back towards the battle droids, and you collect power-ups, and there's a score meter, so you can keep going for higher scores and trying to beat your own. It's a pretty fun game where you go through the motions of playing through the events of Episode 1, much like a lot of the other Episode 1 games that came out at the time. But all in all, Star Wars Jedi Power Battles is a really fun game, and a really cool Star Wars game. Another game that released in 1998, again when I was 10 years old, was The Unholy War. Another one of my friends owned this game, so I only ever played it back then over his place, didn't end up owning it myself until now. This is a really cool tactical game where you move your players, you have your turn, you move your little minions, and once you actually get to finally battle with the enemy, it actually cuts down into an arena style beat 'em up, which is pretty cool. And I really loved playing this game with my friend a long time ago. Of course, graphically it doesn't hold up great, and of course there are better tactical games, especially like tactical RPGs and etc. out there that you can get on the PlayStation 1, but The Unholy War is still a really cool game, and it was developed by Eidos, which obviously they put out Tomb Raider and Legacy of Kain and all that back in the day, so they were putting out some pretty good games, and again, Unholy War is still a very good game to pick up on the PlayStation. Beyblade Let It Rip is based on the popular anime at the time, the original Beyblade series, which I watched as a kid and I absolutely loved it. And I saw this Beyblade game on the shelf one time and it was quite cheap, so I picked it up and took it home and started to play it, was absolutely loving it, and then the game just ended. It's not a very long game, no, it's a good Beyblade game. You can create and customize your own Beyblades, create your own character, and it has like a stats sheet so you can keep track of your wins and your losses and all that, and your medals and etc. But in terms of content, it literally is just Beyblade battling and the tournament mode, and like I said, unfortunately that's it, that's all you get. I was hoping for a kind of elongated story mode or something, but it's not there. However, what is there is a really cool game, and if you can find this one cheap on eBay, which I think it is, I think it's about £5 here in the UK, it's worth playing and collecting, because it's, like I said, it's a really cool game based on a really cool anime, but just don't expect far too much from it. Colin McRae Rally was released in 1998 and was at the time one of the best rally games out on consoles, which is not difficult, I suppose. But surprised as I am, the game still handles pretty well now, where you can actually sensibly drift around corners, and the cars handle really, really well, and it has a full-on World Championship mode and other kind of rally modes that you want. And to be honest, all the Colin McRae's are pretty good, and this one especially, I remember playing it, I borrowed it off of a friend, and I always used to think that the checkpoint markers were targets, so I always used to go in, actually run into them instead of go around it. But what do you want? 1998, I was 10 years old. I mean, I didn't know much better than that, but you can't go far wrong. It's not very expensive to pick up and collect. And this was when Codemasters were developing some pretty good games, and definitely a really good rally game. Tenchu Stealth Assassins was released in 1998 and sees you taking on the role of one of 2 ninjas, and basically you just have to assassinate people, which is pretty cool, and you can do it with all manner of stealth. Now unfortunately the game doesn't handle very, very well, but when you can get it to work, not when I say work, I mean get the characters to move like they're not constipated, you can use all manner of different items and a grappling hook and distractions for dogs, like poison for example, and you can leap across the rooftops and you can perform really cool attacks. You can even sneak up behind the enemies and take them out stealthily by slitting their throats. The game is pretty cool, and it was well ahead of its time in many aspects. Unfortunately, the series has only seen 3, maybe 4 entries, with 2 on the PS1 and then another one on the Xbox 360, I believe. I think that might be it. There may be one on the PS2 as well. But if you're looking for a good ninja game, then Tenshu has you covered. Toy Story 2, A Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue is a very cool licensed video game. Of course, a lot of licensed video games became very crap, and luckily they don't pump as many of them out these days. But on this game, it's based on the second Toy Story film, where Woody gets captured, and as Buzz you go on your mission to save him. But what was so cool and unique about this game was that you had, like, around the levels, you had free roam. There is so much to explore. Like with the first level, for example, Andy's house, you start off in his bedroom. You can explore the whole house, basically, even up into the attic, which is really cool. And it's just a shame that other licensed games didn't go as far as this one seemed to go. You could use Buzz's laser. You could just rock on zip wires. You could do the old double jump in. You can pretty much pull off everything that Buzz does in the movies. And the fact that this game came out in '99 and had such open world-esque elements within its levels was pretty groundbreaking. And yeah, definitely a really fun game. Nightmare Creatures is an absolutely awesome and gory and quite difficult, actually, just hack and slash game that came out on the PlayStation 1, and it also came out on the N64 and on PC as well, which is again pretty cool. But it was developed by Callisto Entertainment and published by Activision, so Activision did used to put out some good games. They didn't always used to put out absolute dog wank. But with Nightmare Creatures, you get to run around and absolutely smash the crap out of monsters, zombies, werewolves, all other manner of stuff. I do apologise if you just heard that. That's my Xbox. It's just people sending me messages. But yes, Nightmare Creatures is something that it's a game that's just always been there. It was one of my brother's favourites, but then anything gory and horror related was my brother's cup of tea. But I absolutely suck at the game. It doesn't handle very well, but it kind of is in the same ballpark as Death Trap Dungeon, where you just go in, beat the living snot out of things, activate some switches to open up some passageways, and move on to the next level. But it's mindless fun, and that's always a good thing. And the final game I'm going to talk about on today's video is Stalkers III, or it's called Vampire Savior World of Darkness. It has another title for some weird reason, and this one was developed and published by Capcom, and is one of their classic beat-em-up games, or fighting games, whatever you want to call it. Unfortunately, it's nowhere near as popular as Street Fighter. Obviously Street Fighter, I think, is better games, but I do love the Darkstalkers series, and Darkstalkers 3 specifically is my favourite one. Now, you can get a sort of collection bundle on the PSP, which is also golden, and will appear probably on some of my PSP lists in the future. But the game just handles very well, very similarly to Street Fighter in terms of combos, inputs, and all that kind of jazz. It has very colourful characters, and just the animation is absolutely beautiful, and I keep playing it again and again, and I love the game completely. I have a soft spot for beat-em-ups and fighting games in general. I'm not in any way like pro or super good at them. I openly admit that. I'm not going to come out and start saying, oh yeah, I'm great, I'll take anyone on, 1v1. Absolutely not. I'm sure that most of the people on this planet could kick the crap out of me on Street Fighter or Darkstalkers or any other kind of game. But thank you very much for watching this video. That's another 8 games that I think are absolutely awesome on the PS1. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I will have loads more of these coming out, but not just for PlayStation 1. I'll be doing them for all manner of retro consoles and modern consoles. But thank you very much for watching the video, and I shall catch you on the next one.